Hello and welcome to Real Talk with Christina and Tom. This is Follow Through Friday, guys, and we're just going to go over the Monday through Thursday themes, and we are going to leave you with some tips on following through. So bear with me because Tom is not here quite yet, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So Monday, we started with Mindset Mondays, and we talked about the growth mindset and the importance of evaluations and self-evaluations. And we provided you with a tool, so that we're just taking a moment to remind you that the MBS Steps to Success Step 1 questions are evaluation questions, and we provided it for you on a link on the bottom of the video on Monday evening. So I hope that you clicked on it. If not, go back to Monday's video, click on the link, and it'll take you to a PDF version of our MBS Steps to Success Step 1 evaluation questions. Super important, guys, to know who you are, what you want, and what it's going to take to get there. So I do suggest that you do take the time to figure out who you are, what you want, and what you need to do to get there. Okay. On Tuesdays is our Transformation Tuesdays, and it was all about nutrition, and we went over macro and micronutrients and some of the basics of calories and the importance of eating properly. We provided you on Tuesday evening with a link on the bottom of that video for our food log to track at minimum 72 hours so that you can see what you are actually consuming or not consuming in some cases, so that you have a good starting point. Again, another type of evaluation, this time focused on your eating habits. On Wednesdays, it was Workout Wednesdays, and we went over the basics of physical fitness, what the requirements are and recommendations, the bare minimums, and how to step it up. And underneath that video, we provided you with an activity tracker so that you can, just like with the other two trackers on your mind and your nutrition habits, see where you are at with your physical fitness and your activity intake. So we do suggest that you go back. So all the videos, if you did not get a chance to click on the links and grab your PDF versions to print them out and have them, that you do that, because it will help you tremendously to have a good idea of where you are really starting from and figure out where you really want to go. On Thermal Thursdays, we discussed success. So we gave you a tracker to see what your history is with the goals you set for yourself and the resolutions you set for yourself, and whether or not you're actually seeing them through. So we do suggest that you go to Thursday's video, just like with Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and click on that link and grab your PDF version. Okay, guys? All the trackers are there. If you have any problems, reach out to info@mbsconnection.org. If you're not sure what best way to utilize them, these are our basic trackers, guys. So they're pretty simple to use. So we do suggest printing them out and going ahead and getting started right away on them. But today is Follow Through Friday, and that's why we're recapping our week, because we want to make sure that you're following through on all the different aspects of your life. So mind, body, and spirit is what MBS Connection stands for, and it's what Tom and I truly believe is the best approach to treat the whole person. If you want to be successful, you need to be successful in every area of your life, not just professionally, but personally as well. So it is important that you evaluate yourself on a personal level and not just the professional level. Everything, it goes hand in hand, guys, okay? So fill out your trackers. Have a clear understanding. Take the time to develop yourself, okay, to know who you are, where you want to go, and what you need to learn in order to get there, okay? Today, we're going to talk about some steps that it takes to, and with Monday through Thursday, just like those days, on Friday's video, today's video, there will be a link for you to have an evaluation tool that you will use now, and we're going to reference again in the future because this one's a bit thorough. It actually gives you a couple more steps than the other ones do. It provides you an area to list your resources and skills that you need to develop in order to hit these goals. So stay tuned, and every week we'll be providing you new tools so you can My suggestion is to go get a binder, a 3-ring binder, like one of the ones I have back here. Print out your activities, keep them in there, keep them nice and organized, and use them daily. Okay, so let's start with tip number 1 for following through. And this is something we talked about in Mindset Monday, and we talked about Thursday also, as far as your success tips in general. You need to get okay with the idea of being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, guys, okay? Hard work is not always easy, but it is definitely always rewarding when you get through it. Looking at ourselves and our flaws can sometimes be uncomfortable because we don't want to admit them. We're afraid of judgment. We have fears, and we don't want to face our fears. But you know, how long are you going to live on that hamster wheel of being unhappy where you are, but being so afraid of the work that it's going to take to change that you go for what's comfortable, and that comfortable is staying on that hamster wheel. So you're basically, and then you have anxiety and a bunch of other things that come with that because you're living an unfulfilled life. You're walking past the mirror and kind of avoiding looking at yourself because you know you are not the best version of yourself. Okay, so tip 1 is just be okay with being uncomfortable. Use the tools, get a good idea who you really are, okay? Create a sense of urgency around developing yourself and doing the work that you need to do. You're gonna see a theme throughout all of our Monday through Friday episodes from week to week. We're gonna be changing, you know, every Monday's Mindset Monday, every Tuesday's Transformation Tuesday, Wednesdays are Workout Wednesdays, Thermal Thursdays, Follow Through Fridays. But the first week of every month, we are talking to you about evaluations at different levels, okay? And then the second week of every month, we're moving into action. So you're going to really get a lot of information and a lot of tools that are action focused. On the third week of every month, we're going to talk about development, and we're going to give you more of the information that's focused around the kind of resources, training materials, and tools and skills that are going to help you develop so that you can achieve your goals, regardless of whether it is a mind, body, spirit, personal, or professional type of goal that you're setting. Then we're going to go into the last week of the month, which is going to be our accountability. How do you hold yourself accountable? How do you build your squad? We've talked about squad a few times this week and how important it is to evaluate yourself, but also evaluate the people that are influencing you in your life. So take a look at the individuals that you're hanging with, the negative Nancy's, the energy vampires. In a lot of cases, you're going to have to cut ties completely. In other cases, you're just going to have to set boundaries. You're going to have to stick to them, and you're going to have to enforce them with the other relationships you have in your life. So we're not saying get rid of absolutely everybody who may have a negative comment here or there, but people who are truly poisonous, just cut them out. People who just have a tendency to live a little bit on the negative side, you know, you just want to lay ground rules with them, set boundaries, and not let them cross them. That's your responsibility, not theirs. You have no control over how they view the world, but you have every bit of control over what you allow other people's views to do to your life immediately. So, you know, use discretion there. Reach out to us at info@mbsconnection.org if you're not sure how to handle one of those types of situations, and you can jump on the phone with one of our coaches. You know, just email us so we can get in touch. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about, you know, tip 3, and that's take care to follow through, guys. Whether it is a small task like, you know, paying your bills. So if you're behind the computer paying them online, or if you're, you know, writing checks or whatever the case may be, pile everything together, sit down, do it. Don't get up until you hit the last bill that you have to pay. Don't get it up in the middle and get distracted and start doing other things, because then what you find is that you never really complete the task that you started off, and whatever you left to go do in the middle of that process, you probably didn't finish that either. So instead of putting yourself in 10 different places, doing 10 different things at one time. Build yourself the habit of starting something and finishing it and then moving on to something else. It doesn't matter whether we're talking big long-term goals or we're talking about those little tasks like, when you go shopping, how you go shopping. Create habits for yourself because that's important. So you want to create the habit of completing things that you start. And that is very difficult for a lot of people. So stay tuned to future episodes of Mindset Monday and, Thermal Thursdays, because we'll be talking about creating habits on those days as well. How it starts with your mindset and how you're viewing it, your perspective, your vantage point of the habits you have, which ones you need to create in your life to be successful. And the ones that are kind of make or break type deals are going to be on Thermal Thursdays when we're success and leadership oriented in our topics. Okay, so now moving on. Number 4, be productive, not busy. I hear it so many times from our coaching clients, and when we're in meetings together at MBS Association or MBS Connection. And, a lot of people, when they first come to us, are super busy, and we find out that none of their busyness is productive. None of their busyness is moving them or creating progress or results for them in their personal lives or professional lives. They've just put themselves on this cycle of always doing something and then having a hard time balancing it all out and having a hard time completing things. So learn to be productive and not busy. Learn to put systems in place that will simplify certain areas of your life so that those things kind of get handled in an automated fashion, and you can focus your attention on the things that are really going to progress you and the things that are going to produce results for you. So tip 5, and this is our last tip for tonight for Follow Through Friday, it is about keeping your vision in sight. So you want to keep your vision in sight daily, all day, minute by minute throughout the day. Because when you have, and you will have, moments where things are difficult, okay, whether you didn't plan correctly in the beginning stages and there is a variable you didn't account for, or you planned as best as you could and life is life and people are people, and something creates an obstacle for you on the way to your goal, you need to be with your vision, insight, and resilient in order to get through it, okay? This is the only way that you will not fall off track or fall back and stop making progress, is if you have a clear vision of what your goals are and where you are heading, the journey you are taking and the direction you're moving your life in. Part of that also to help you do it, and this goes hand in hand with the getting the little tasks or the big tasks completed kind of tip, you want to create a daily ritual for yourself. And you want to, nobody's perfect, so if you fall off the wagon on your daily rituals, you simply get up and get back on. And I don't mean the next day. I mean when you realize you're off and you did not start your day the way you needed to start your day, or you got sidetracked somewhere, when you have that realization, you just jump back onto your patterns, okay, that you're trying to develop. You need to create positive habits in your lives, your rituals, the things that you are going to do every day, and you need to take care of your health in order to get anything else done. So in that should be the food that you're eating, the workouts that you're getting in. You need to be personally at your best in order to be professionally successful. You can't really separate the two. You're not two separate individuals. You're one individual operating on a personal and professional level in this world. So you need to be the best personal and professional person you can be, which means you need skill sets in both of those areas of your life, and you need to develop them. You need to identify where you're weak, okay? You need to identify where you're strong, and you need to create habits that are focused around both your personal well-being and your professional well-being. And it's a routine that you're building here. It's the only way to break the pattern from the way you have been doing things. So create them. And I'm saying from the beginning, like we talked about earlier in the week with explosive goals, you know what you need to be doing and what you should be doing every day and what you should be doing less of. You already know it for the most part. Where you're struggling is with taking the leap to put forth the effort to do the new thing. So, you're probably not in enough pain yet. you're miserable, but not miserable enough yet, so where you're going to get up and do something about it. Or maybe you are. And if you are, then this is your opportunity to start utilizing the tools that we are providing for free, because we charge hundreds and thousands of dollars for these type of programs. We are breaking our programs down into sections and pieces that we are providing weekly content for you guys for, so that you can get it for free. So here's your chance. Okay, tune in weekly, follow all of or as many of the days you need to focus on. Start with any of them, go work your way up. Okay, we're talking about maybe 45 minutes of your time a day for a few weeks to get you on the right track, so that you can utilize some tools that have helped us personally and professionally with in-house staff, okay, and ourselves, and also have helped all of our clients make complete strides in their lives, and move forward and start to live fulfilled, successful lives, and no longer go week to week, paycheck to paycheck, on survival mode, okay? Or go from program to program. They are now living, walking proof that when you set your mind to something and you do not accept failure, you look at any failure as an opportunity to develop a new skill set, to become a better version of yourself, or to produce something better for yourself, you will be successful. End of discussion on it. Okay, so not to keep you guys going all night long, because this is your first follow through Friday, I just want to emphasize that it is important to see where your mindset is. Are you operating from a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? Are you fueling your body? Remember, calories are units of energy. Are you providing your body with the appropriate amount of energy, okay, from the right sources, so that you can function at your best day in and day out, and so that you are being proactive about your long-term health, okay? Or are you sitting back and just going from quick fix to quick fix to quick fix to quick fix and finding yourself on a hamster wheel? Are you getting up and getting moving? Because if you get up and get moving, again, it's one of those preventative things. Both of the nutrition aspects of our conversations on Real Talk and the fitness aspects, everybody views these things as punishment. What you need to start doing is change your vantage point, change your perspective on the situation, and look at both food and activity as not punishments, not sources of punishment, but sources of self-care that are crucial to your life, okay, to your health and to your success overall, and to the health and success of your family. So parents out there using their children and their children's schedules as excuses as to why they are not taking care of themselves, you are setting the tone for your children that health and fitness is not important, that it goes on the back burner. They do what they see, not what you tell them. So if you're showing them that you can grow up and be lazy, they're going to grow up and most likely be lazy themselves, unless someone comes along their way that stands out to them and shows them a different example, or they have enough, they're resilient enough on their own, okay, to make that change down the road on it. Success. We're talking about personal on Thermal Thursdays, and professional, we touch on leadership, but leadership, we believe, is something that comes naturally to people that are success oriented, okay? To people that understand that there is value in evaluating themselves and developing themselves further, and that understand that this is a journey and not a destination, that anytime you achieve a goal that you have set, you are just going to set bigger goals for yourself, and you're going to have a track record of achieving those goals instead of a track record of never finishing or never accomplishing anything and never feeling that sense of, I did this, you know, instead of living in fear, I did it. I did the hard work. I pushed through. I you know, you have perseverance, you've been resilient, you have all these new skill sets. It is a beautiful journey to go on. You need to jump on the success train, do the work. It really is going to be the difference in your world and the world of the people around you, because that's really what it's about. It's not only about increasing value for yourself, but increasing value for the people who you have in your immediate area, okay? The people in your community, your family, your friends, your coworkers, any organizations that you're involved with, you will end up being an influencer, okay? So what message are you sending, not only to yourself, but to people that are in your range of influence? On Fridays, we're going to just be hitting you with a wrap up of the week and, you know, some tips every week. Some weeks are going to be more lengthy in the tips and other weeks are going to be a bit shorter. It is really, truly about just making sure you understand the importance of following through on everything that we're teaching you Monday through Thursday and anything that you set for yourself as a goal. So with that said, thank you so much for joining us tonight on Follow Through Friday on Real Talk with Christina and Tom. Tom, unfortunately, couldn't be here this evening, so, you know, Robin is missing Batman, but I'm sure that Tom and I will be in contact over the weekend. So, again, if you need anything from MBS Connection, remember that when we're putting these offers out there to you guys on live stream or people who are watching the video later on, because we share it on all our social media sites, we're offering it to you for free, so jump on board. And just a quick reminder, there is still 1 or 2 spots open for the free evaluation, so click on that link. It's pretty much, it's on Tuesday night's session, Transformation Tuesday, the free evaluation we offered. Click on that link and jump on board. There's still 2 spots available. All right, thank you guys, and we'll see you on Monday.